talking about marijuana ballot measures. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm 53 years old, and I've been smoking marijuana my whole life. I'm a member of Norml, and I don't have a problem with it. It's my Prozac. It's my it helps me in my daily life. I smoke it every day, and I'm a homeowner. I'm a mother. You know, I'm fine.
Ma'am, you say it helps you in your daily life. Is it for medicinal purposes? Is it prescribed by your doctor?
No.
Do you smoke it with your children?
No.
Mr. Horton?
No.
Well, again, if you look at the science behind why marijuana is illegal, you are, if you have been smoking marijuana for a number of years, you're at increased risk for some respiratory problems. There is lowered immunity in the short and the medium term. I would encourage you to go to either the FDA website or the WhiteHouseDrugPolicy.gov website and look at the various risks that smoking marijuana entails. It is not simply like tobacco. It is, in addition, it's an addictive drug, which tobacco, of course, is as well, but it carries even more risk in many ways. So I would encourage you not to do this and to not only perhaps talk to your doctor, but to seek some help for this, because it is an addictive drug.
Next up is Marathon, Florida, on our line for Republicans. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, sir.
I would encourage Mr. Horton to get some help. You know, for years and years and years, you come out with all of these statistics, but the FDA has to have their funding, and of course they're going to agree with what you say. So many people have proven you wrong.
Can I respond to that?
Go right ahead.
You know, actually, and this call is probably one example. My life, and all of our lives, I think, in my office would be a lot easier if we could simply come out and say, you know what, you're right. Smoking marijuana is medicine. But the problem is, that's not what the facts say. There are a lot of people in this country who want the facts to be that smoking marijuana is a medicine, but the FDA, in a non-political way, based on science, took a serious look at this. Now, let's be clear about this. If you go to your doctor and you say, you know what, I'm really in terrible pain, when that doctor considers prescribing an opiate, he doesn't say, you know, I think you should smoke some opium. He prescribes maybe Vicodin or some sort of a pill that has a regulated dosage. Now, there may be components of marijuana. In fact, a recent study in 1999 indicated, and we agree, that there may be some components of marijuana that can be extracted in pill or other form. But one of the biggest problems with medical marijuana is that in this country, where we have the most advanced system of medicine in the history of mankind, we don't smoke our medicines because of the increased risk that has.
Burlingame, California, on our line for Independence. Good morning.
Yeah, this is Tom.
Hi, Tom.
And I'm concerned that Mr. Horton's getting paid by some Republicans that are not giving him the facts, and he's just spouting what he's paid to spout, whereas Mr. Pierre believes in what he's talking about. He's spent time with people who've suffered and know that marijuana brings them relief. Any response from Mr. Horton?
Well, rest assured, I do believe in what I'm saying. I know that Mr. St. Pierre does as well. We're on opposite sides of the ideological aisle on this. But, you know, the reason that I believe this is because I've looked at the science. Look, I'm actually, in reference to an earlier comment that was made, you know, I came to D.C. fairly recently. I'm actually from Oregon. I spent a lot of time as a prosecutor, and one of the things we do have in Oregon is medical marijuana. I had an opportunity to take a look at both sides of this. Look, we've got a medical system in this country that I think is very good, and it's very important that we be very compassionate about helping people get pain relief. But it's not truly compassionate to tell somebody that something that can harm them in the short to medium term, and certainly in the long term, is a medicine when the science indicates that it's not.
Well, I think at this juncture, it sort of sounds absurd when Americans have a plethora of ads pushed to them every night through popular medium with all of these side effects, which are many, many times worse than anything associated with marijuana. So it's the common sense of the people that clearly are speaking here today and around the country and maybe Tuesday at the ballot box, because they're able to make this delineation in a country where 400,000 drugs are available. There are 11,500 plus studies on marijuana. It's arguably been studied more than the atom. So people at this point have made their minds up regarding whether it's really harmful or not for them.
The Colorado Attorney General criticizes backers of this measure, quote, saying it's an irresponsible and inaccurate message that legalizing marijuana will make Colorado a safer place. What's your response to that?
Well, I guess the reason why the argument is, from our point of view, that it makes it safer is because what happens is 1/3 of people between the age of 18 and 25, despite 70 years of prohibition, use marijuana.